Hello, Magnetic Babes, and welcome back to the Magnetic Babe podcast. This is episode 11, and we're going to dive into how to manifest your soulmate or your husband or your wife or the love of your life, whatever you want to call it. So, I've been getting a lot of inquiries about this specific topic. So, I'm going to go ahead and dive in today. Also, apologies for being gone for so long. I think the last episode that I dropped was maybe 6 weeks ago. I'm a very busy girl, so I haven't had time to actually sit down and do a podcast. So today's the day we're going to break the dry spell and I'm dropping another one. So let's get into how to manifest your soulmate. This topic gets so much attention, and most of the inquiries that I get are actually about this. Like, how do I finally manifest my soulmate? If I could sum up how to manifest your soulmate in like one sentence, it would be, it all stems from you. It has nothing to do with the other person. It has nothing to do with the person you're trying to manifest. It literally is all about you. So let's break down what that means so that you get a better understanding of why you are the deciding factor on how that happens and when that happens. There's so many nuances to manifesting a soulmate, okay, or your husband. The number one thing is your self-love. The number two thing is your self-concept. And the number three thing is your subconscious beliefs. These three things play such a vital role in you manifesting your soulmate. Let's get into each of those, okay? The first one, self-love. Self-love is such a huge aspect of manifesting the one. If your self-love is weak, if your self-love is wavering, if your self-love is dictated by how someone feels about you, okay, if someone leaves you and then your self-love takes a hit, then your self-love is not rooted in a good foundation. Your self-love dictates how you allow people to treat you, okay? When you have a lot of self-love and a strong sense of self-love, if anyone like comes in or abandons you, or if anyone mistreats you or, ghosts you or is hot and cold with you, your self-love, when it's rooted in a good foundation, it does not waver, okay? You don't get easily affected by an outside source. So your self-love is literally the foundation of your ability to manifest the one. Number two, your self-concept. Your self-concept is how you view yourself in relation to love. Okay, and how you think other people perceive you. So if you think you're lovable, if you think that you're easy to love, if you believe that you're easy to forgive, if you believe that you're amazing, you're fantastic, you're a wonderful partner, that's your self-concept. That's how you view yourself and how you think other people view you also. So that also needs to be in alignment when you're trying to manifest the one. Because if you have a negative self-concept, then you think that you're not worthy of love. You don't feel lovable. You don't feel like you should be forgiven easily. You're really hard on yourself. You think that other women are better than you. And number three is your subconscious beliefs. This is a little sneaky one. This is a sneaky one because sometimes they're playing in the background and you don't even notice that they're there. So they tend to sneak up in relationships that you are currently manifesting, and they present themselves in ways that are very sneaky. A lot of them you've been taught by other people, or they're modeled in front of you, and so you take them on as a belief because that's what you saw growing up. Also, it's good to note that your experiences also as an adolescent or a teenager or your formative years also have a lot to do with the subconscious beliefs that you have. So if you grew up in a household where your mom and dad were fighting, okay, or you saw a lot of turmoil between two people, like a couple or a married couple, or your father and your mother, you might have the subconscious belief that fighting is normal, right? Like turmoil is normal because that was what was modeled in front of you. Or if you had someone cheat on you, you could have picked up the subconscious belief that all men cheat. Okay. Or if you had someone leave you, you could pick up a subconscious belief that all men leave you. So these experiences that we have, right? These relationship experiences or experiences when we're younger, even your father abandoning you or your mother abandoning you, you have an abandonment wound that tends to play out in your reality because that's a subconscious belief. So you might feel like people abandon you. The reason why these beliefs are so important is because you're manifesting your subconscious beliefs about relationships. So if you're repeating patterns of attracting the same kind of partner, like a partner that is hot and cold with you, a partner that won't commit, a partner that ghosts you, and it's the same kind of guy but a different face, then more than likely your subconscious beliefs are kind of playing in the background and attracting these things. That's why we tend to pick partners that are all the same. We repeat the same pattern with a different person. And the reason for that is because your subconscious beliefs, they keep you limited. So these three things actually play the biggest role in what you're able to manifest and who you're able to manifest, like the type of partner that you're able to manifest. So again, if you grew up believing that love is hard to get, or you're unlovable, unworthy, if you have a negative self-concept, if your subconscious beliefs are negative towards love, then you are going to have a hard time manifesting the type of love that you're really wanting. Now, the good news is that you can work on your self-concept and you can work on your subconscious beliefs. These are not like concrete. This is actually what I teach in my academy. Your subconscious beliefs and your self-concept are very malleable, which means that you can mold them to be what you want. Coming from someone who used to manifest awful experiences with awful men, I can tell you, sitting here in front of you, that you can change that and manifest like the person of your dreams. That's how I was able to manifest my husband. So I'm living proof that you can do it. But it took me going into my subconscious, unlodging those negative beliefs that I had about men, about myself, about relationships, about how people viewed me, about how men viewed me, my beliefs about love. And I also went in and changed my self-concept. I used to think that I was unworthy of love and that I was really hard to be with, and that, you know, if I got in an argument, the person didn't want to be with me anymore. Like, I was not easy to forgive. And I think growing up in a dynamic with, you know, my parents who were really did the best that they could, but they were very harsh on me and my sisters and my siblings. It's this people-pleasing mentality that I ended up adopting. I was like that with men. Anytime that I felt like I was asking for too much, or anytime an argument spurred out of nowhere, I didn't know how to self-regulate. And I also thought like I was the worst person ever. And I would go into shame and doubt. And I would think, why would they want to be with me? I'm troublesome, you know, all the things. Now, being who I am now, in this skin, in this identity, I don't have any of those beliefs anymore about myself. My self-concept is mostly positive. There are some things that I'm still working on, but for the most part, I've adopted an identity and a self-concept that is so much better than even 4 or 5 years ago. And it's playing out in my reality, so I know that it's working. So the way to manifest your dream love and the love that you feel like you deserve is to work heavily on these three things: your self-love, your self-concept, and your subconscious beliefs. Once you start working on these, you will start to feel different. You will start to carry yourself differently. You will start to have different experiences with people and partners where it reflects that back to you, where you feel worthy of love, where you're not as insecure about love, where people start to show you and reflect back to you exactly how you're feeling about yourself. That is the main part of manifesting love. The other part of it is what I like to call following your whimsy. What is your whimsy and what is following your whimsy? Your whimsy is your most playful, light-hearted side of you. Okay, so basically follow your joy. Your joy is going to lead you to your soulmate, to the love of your life, to the love that you're desiring. Okay, the more playful you are about waiting for the love of your life, the quicker they come. For me, following my whimsy was literally, and I talk about this all the time, traveling. Literally anywhere I wanted to travel, I would travel. Even if I was on a budget, I would squeeze it into the budget and I would somehow find a way to travel, because that made me so happy and it brought so much joy to me. Another one was shopping, obviously, even if it's something small, like a candle at Marshall's. Okay, I'm not talking extravagant. If you don't have the means, that's fine. But follow your whimsy. I would go sit at coffee shops. I would buy myself a coffee. I would romanticize my life. I would fill my life up with so much joy that a man was just the cherry on top, okay? You have to de-escalate love in your life. I know that sounds a little backwards because you want it so bad that you are so focused on it and it's all you could think about. And if I don't find love, then I'm just, I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to be depressed. And it's the only thing that I want. I understand that. This is what I get from women all the time. Okay. The messages that come to me are all surrounding desperation for love. Okay. What you're not understanding is when you're focused on love, and you're so honed into love, and that's all you could think about, it's literally repelling love. So for you to go into your whimsy, which is what I'm describing right now, that playful side of you, that lighthearted side of you, that joyful, joyous side of you, that is the vibration of love. That is the only way to attract it. So when you're forcing yourself to be single, and I'm sad being single, and I hate it, and where is he, and I wish he would just come, you're only pushing love away even more. Being in your whimsy Your playfulness, your joyful state is what is going to attract love like a magnet. So instead of being sad, okay, instead of wondering where love is, wake up every day and think, how am I going to be my most joyous self today? What am I going to do to expand my joy today? That is the question that you need to answer every morning. The minute that I stopped focusing on love, the minute that I went into my whimsy and I started really fulfilling everything that I wanted to do, which is travel and have fun and be girly and be feminine and hang out with my friends and live in the moment, was the moment that I manifested my husband. He came out of nowhere. And it was in my whimsy that I found him. So to wrap this all up into a big, beautiful bow, the two things that I want you to focus on are the three things that we first talked about. That's the first part, which is self-love, self-concept, and subconscious beliefs. Work deeply on that, okay? I took courses. I read so many books to correct this side of me. And then the other side is following your whimsy, your most joyous, lighthearted state. Those two things combined are going to call in your husband or your soulmate. There's no forcing, there's no chasing. This is a sitting back, feminine energy that allows everything to come to you. And that is all for today. I hope you guys loved this episode. It's my favorite topic to talk about. So until next time, you guys have a wonderful magnetic week. Bye-bye.